what was in the text. It was
I
why didn't they
turn
something about bringing 10 people and something about maybe they didn't need Angel. We just need her text records.
I mean, maybe
right?
that's possible.
We're playing telephone without the telephone.
Essentially, that's kind of where I am.
Yeah.
There's value in failure. Not every effort needs to be a success. We have assigned Angel a potential opportunity. You may work with her if you like when it is available. That's why I don't think we failed. Not that they can't hear us here. Hello. It's good to see you. I guess. Regardless, my opinion, as we stated in the car, I don't think I failed. They can sit there and play whatever sound bit that they find on the internet and some soundboard.
It's not about what they say, it's what people believe and how they may react, right? And I'm going to be rather forward about this. We need those text records like tomorrow, right? And
yes, sir. We have a meeting tomorrow.
And I think the other thing that needs to be rather, because this is a matter of state, right, is maybe an active tap between their communications. Do we have a text records for the archivist?
For the direct
wait a minute,
archivist?
we don't even wait, hold on. We don't even need hers. We just need the archivist live tap.
It's that subpoena. I'm not going to discuss that in the building, sir. We can discuss it in another location.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I don't think we need to be here anymore.
No, if I didn't realize that image existed, so.
You're right.
Thank you, Cassian. Thank you, Lucian. Have a good night. Have any food?
You all right there, Director?
Yeah, I'm just scratching my dick, you know, just in case they watch it.
Copy that.
Yeah. So I do my work, you know what I mean? Got to show them that, you know.
I'm never gonna have a paperwork day.
Calling card.
Paperwork shift 3.
Yeah, but then we get told we have a time limit to go handle this thing.
Next time you tell us we have a time limit, I'm just telling them to shut the fuck up, pussy.
But I mean, what am I supposed to do when they said follow the rules and then they changed the rules middle of giving?
Tell them to shut the fuck up, pussy.
Yeah, that's exactly. Thank you. Yes. See, now I want you to keep in mind, Sparks, right? Like we've been dealing with Faceless, and they do the same shit. Motherfuckers will like do some shit, and then they'll be like, "Yo, we 10 steps ahead," and some motherfuckers will be like, "Oh shit, bro, that's crazy, bro." But reality is, nah, they just did some other shit, and they acted like that was the thing that they were gonna do. You know what I mean? I do believe that there are some truths in what they are saying. I will tell you know what I think there are the truths, and I want you to really listen to when you meet with Riker, have him give you his opinion on it as well, because keep in mind Riker worked this case for like 4 months, and he's gone through these roller coasters. Right, and you're very capable, but keep in mind you're on that first, you know, upward climb in the first hill of this roller coaster. What you will find is that I'm going to give you some of the keys. Trust but verify. That is the first thing that they were very implicitly stating. Trust what they say, but verify its truth.
Yes, sir.
The second, like, sort of, what's the word? Theme is remove the noise. This bullshit Reddit post, I'm not going to use that word actually, because fuck that place. It's
on God.
Let me use a different one. You know, World of Warcraft guild, no, local, what is it? World chat, is that what it is? Like when Baron chat archivist spammer, okay, is saying shit, that's just noise, right? He wants you to remove that, right? there's a bigger thing at play here.
I would agree.
So there may be rules, maybe there aren't rules. You know, you got to be Neo in the damn Matrix.
I mean, if they're going to give us rules and they're going to state, well, the rules are different, and then provide misinformation, I mean, the thing is, like, once I connect with the Chief Justice, we'll be able to be on the same page, and we'll be able to have that conversation, sit down, go over the information, assuming that something doesn't pull her away. You granting me yesterday, or was it the day before, stating that unless there's a dire need for my attendance, I can break off and focus on this, and then pull maybe one person away. That will help significantly concerning a prioritization for what we need to do. Because if we get some sort of lead, or if I believe there's a picture somewhere, if I need to go back through information, I can go there without worrying about someone's car being stolen, technically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So that allows me to prioritize, which will also be significant.
Yeah, to me, this is like playing a computer game and different people are getting on the keyboard. You know, we're all power leveling the same hero in World of Warcraft. And anytime the new person gets to the keyboard, right, there's a bunch of other shit. And yesterday, y'all were leveling up your warrior, right? And then I woke up this morning and Blunt's like, yo, dog, we're on level 23 and we got to go grind this dungeon. And I got it. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck all these buttons are. I don't play warrior. And then I gave the keyboard to Angel and she thought it was an FPS and started trying to shoot. And then Riker came in and then they went and leveled up the warrior somewhere else. And now we sat on it for a couple hours because we had to deal with the faceless. And now you're picking up the pieces and you're like, what the fuck did you do to the character? You know, you moved all the items off the hotkey, you know?
Okay, are you going to be working tomorrow, sir?
I will throw you off a cliff.
I'm guessing tomorrow is your day off. But...
No, I'm around tomorrow.
Okay, why are you throwing me off? Actually, can you talk to Pred and have him hire the assassin that he probably is trying to do, and just let me know where that assassin is, so they can just just poison my tea or pull the trigger or something. All my stress will go away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
No, we can. It doesn't have to come to anything like that. You'll be all right. You're gonna get through this.
I know. It's building my tolerance and my stamina. Yes, sir. I know I'm capable.
I perceive, based on everything I saw, y'all got a damn calculus equation. And this morning, the archivist tried to convince Angel it was a simple arithmetic. Right?
No, I mean you can see the images. Oh, yeah, you can see the images yourself.
I see that now. No, I trust me. I see it myself. Right at this point, and this is, like I said, the equivalency of what I saw in the past. The solution, which was never had previously, was staying tapped in. Oh, so the phone tap. What was? So your conversation with her tomorrow is going to be very helpful, and y'all should come up with a way to keep your comms up if she wishes to continue to be involved. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this. I don't care if you're the Chief Justice. You're the Chief Justice. This is an investigation, and ultimately, she's not going to overstep just because she's the Chief Justice. That's why she's asking for my permission. I did not even give it because it's your investigation. I, as the director, said I am not comfortable unless Sparks gives the okay. So whatever, understand that you have the keys to those decisions because there can only be a decision maker, right? And so however and whatever you and Angel work out tomorrow, just, stick to that. And as long as your comms are up, That'll be a good thing, you know?
Concerning PI access, are we only granting PI access to law enforcement?
Yes,
Or
of
if they're-
course.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah. See,
I
that's
wasn't
kind of the
sure.
complicated bit, right? Is the archivist is fucking around with the faceless, and we can't just freely, you know, we'd be.
Pull up on the right here. For gas.
Yeah, I gotta get gas, anyways. Is this where you want it?
No, I just want, we need gas. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if there was an intention, if the Chief Justice wanted to get involved, would be granting her PI access, and I was like, I would like a discussion before that would happen.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, she used to be law enforcement, but
Judges get access to a lot of our reports.
Yeah.
and she's already inherently conflicted if the archivist is directly contacting her.
Okay.
I don't.
She okay. The problem that I see is if the archivist was like, you know, strictly. Oh, it's already full.
Yeah, we're good to go.
If the archivist was strictly. Oh, it's not full for some reason. I think it's one of those. I think you gotta kick it. Here we go. Ugh.
Don't kick the gas pumps, Brian. That's a bad idea.
No. It's just a little. Yeah, you're probably not wrong about that.
I'm listening.
Mike, what the hell?
Yeah, see what I mean? It seemed fine.
I thought it was maybe.
Maybe it's just this gas station. Maybe we need to go to Sandy.
Yeah.
These pumps are real old and they might be clogged up.
My concern is the crossover of the archivist into other things, and ultimately, if Angel needs to make decisions on legislative matters that pertain to the archivist, which I potentially foresee happening in the future, that's going to be kind of questionable. Because by getting tapped into the archivist, you're naturally going to tap into the faceless and anything else that it touches, right?
Sure.
So if she's completely comfortable with that, fine, but like it's kind of puts me at a weird position to like make that decision, because all my red flags start to pop up of the what is very probable to happen, you know, even within a month from now, right?
Okay.
So so I don't know the answer to that, right?
Okay. If they're concerned, sir, then I wouldn't even breach the.
No. I bring this up so that you guys can have dissenting opinions. Do you feel free to dissent on this? Like, I genuinely, yeah.
She has justices for a reason. Well, theoretically, if she was actually fully conflicted on the matter, would she not just delegate that and allow them to make that decision and trust them to make that decision? I mean, if for some reason, sir, you were conflicted on the matter, would you not look at the state marshals directly under you and ask them to make that decision?
I'm a law enforcement officer, though.
Right, but she still comes from a law enforcement position, so that train of thought doesn't necessarily leave her forever, you know? It is where you've been a law enforcement officer for a long time. You know how it was in the academy and how we still have that training and that one drill instructor or that one FTO that we worked with that said one thing that sticks with us forever. So I imagine it's still the same thing with a law firm or with other justices. That stuff is delegated down. I guess that would be a question for her then, tomorrow in the meeting. I
am not comfortable with her getting any investigative information, personally. I think this sets such a bad precedence of crossing branches, right? Where the highest authority in the DOJ is garnering, is effectively acting as a, deputized marshal within the SASM. Right?
No, I'm not trying to deputize her at all.
No, but that's the clear lines that I think y'all need to figure out. And partaking in some of these matters, I think is well within reason. but figuring out where the start and end of it is important as well.
I mean, that's what the field team is for, though, right? Having small sets of disseminated information, where if for some reason if it works out to the point where this is something that she needs to do or wants to do, then we have that field team report for Operation Moriarty to allow her to have access to that report, so she has limited information. So so that way we can have it is Riker, myself, and if you would like a member of command seeing that information.
This sounds extremely cooked, if I'm going to be honest.
3 levels of approval.
I don't even know how that's going to work because we don't know if it's.
So that we know that there's no faceless information that's being granted to her, just archivists.
Yeah, but we don't. I would like to. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Let me talk to Blunt and Luca about it. I don't feel good about that decision. I think that's
yes, sir.
Crossing a very extreme line, because there is no. Huh?
Flores on 18. Sorry. Oh, responded to him.
There is no clear line when one begins and the other one starts, because there is no dispatch call that states this is archivist, and too many times in the past have we arrived on scene unknowing what it pertains to, only then to find something else out. And the further we involve the Chief Justice beyond, having her involved at some capacity makes sense, because she needs to be a know about, state matters, just like the mayors, right? And my argument would be, if we, disseminating information to them is one thing, having her conduct investigative matters is such a dangerous route, regardless of what the background experience might be. So,
Understood, sir.
Yeah, because there's conflicts that go beyond overseeing a case. It includes expectations, right? Today, we don't expect Angel to write reports. She'll give statements, right? It's why you may not get the answers you need immediately. But now all of a sudden, you open that door up. We could be arriving on a scene thinking it's faceless. Now it's something else. Tomorrow she becomes a victim, right? Let alone, how you answer the questions of, when it does go to court, effectively listing her as a expert witness as a part of the investigation. I don't know. It creates too many complicated questions in my mind to be accepting of this.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Understood.
Yeah.
Won't bring it up again.
Yep. I'm gonna chalk to the rest of the command. This is my initial thoughts on it.
Pretty much in agreement. I mean, it definitely is going to be an overlap and an issue once it gets to that stage. So
I have solutions. I'm perfectly fine without even any further discussion.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine for. I have solutions. It's fine. I'll
Is
speak
it
to Riker tomorrow?
Can I ask a question? And let me pose a hypothetical, right? Is her involvement a choice of hers or a choice of the archivist?
So far, currently, the information that I have, again, we're meeting tomorrow, is that I'm going to take a step back. Everything I'm discussing prior to speaking with Riker and Angel are just hypotheticals, so I know there's preliminary information, whether it's a full send, half send, question it, or no. So I know what I'm going into before I be like, let me just check, let me just check. Because if I say, let me just check the 7 different topics, what the fuck is the point in the meeting? Like, it's just
Yeah.
writing something down and coming back. So I'm more of just testing the waters, not in a way to challenge the considerations, but rather have information so I'm more informed going into the meeting. That being said, as of right now, from what I know and the information from what I've received from first party and third party archivist and then other people being that respectively, is that it is a choice of the archivist. It was a required rule. And now, based on what the archivist is saying, is that she's receiving an opportunity to have the meeting that I had requested, and I may join her if I wish.
What's the meeting that you requested?
I just wanted to see if they would meet face to face. And they were giving me that opportunity, and that's why we received the puzzles. We received the puzzles to have that opportunity to build the rapport to meet face to face. Because I'm going to be real, if I get a nerd in my face and he doesn't have a computer screen behind him and he tries to pull out a tablet, I'm going to break his fucking wrists. So, like, in over a screen and with a computer, they are the superior enemy. In person, face to face, when I can coordinate a team to be able to secure an area and ensure that the AO is going to be preferential, I'm going to be on the higher ground, and that's what I wanted. What is he going to do? Press a button and teleport to a spaceship? No, he's not going to do that. He's a fucking nerd. I don't know if he'd be able to run longer than 3 minutes before coughing. So my intention was to get them onto a better playing field where I was the superior opponent. Does that make sense, sir?
No, it does. Yeah. This sounds, the more I hear about this, the more I'm like, what kind of games are being played? So you set up a meeting and he set up a meeting with someone else? Like, what the fuck?
Essentially, yeah. No, we're both playing chess, but we're playing chess on a different board. I'm getting so much headache in Southside. Holy shit.
Yeah. All right. Let me have a chat with these guys, and I'll let you know if that decision changes. But
no
I
worries,
think
sir. Not an issue.
it's beyond unreasonable to be releasing marshal information to anyone outside of the department prior to curation, unless there is a immediate threat. And I think involving non-law enforcement into an active investigation is a very dangerous route to take. There are separation of powers for a reason, and that includes claims of being able to separate, because those separations only exist for short periods of time. And the archivist has already displayed to us historically, and as recent as 2 weeks ago, that he's involved in other matters that can become legislative very quickly, other matters that may require appealing to the Chief Justice, right? There are justices, but things may hit her, right? And if that removes her from that ability to do so, I feel like we'd be acting very negligently. So, yeah.
For the record, I don't know if that meeting with the faceless was noise or intention. I don't necessarily think we should take that as a fact. It could have just been
No, come on. Like, that shit's real as fuck. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. They're not gonna put this whole display of meeting together and all these other things and going after FIB agents. I mean, if that is one big distraction, we still have to take that threat at face value. And
I'm not saying ignore
yeah.
it. I'm just saying that they're also probably just using the faceless because they can.
I believe that. And I do think it's too much to believe it's a coincidence that the Faceless are hunting FIB agents whilst the archivist is trying to drag us into the FIB building.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be stupid to think that those are not correlated.
Occam's razor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you want me to cancel operations on the field team then, concerning the curation of very limited information? Since you said not to do that?
Wait, what? Wait, say that again?
I wasn't...
Operations on the field team?
I'm confused then, because the point... I'm confused.
Oh, those that are on Pi, they're good. Did I say SASM documents to non-SASM?
You said any martial operations to non-marshals.
Sorry, non-law enforcement.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they're if they're approved to the Pi team, that's perfectly good. Yeah. Or if you've got field team members that include people that don't have Pi access but are tapped in for field work, that's perfectly fine as well, right?
I do, and there's one member of EMS that isn't informed but is trusted enough that they can come to a location.
Yeah, no, that's normal,
about...
right? Like she's not getting like classified documents, you know what I mean?
No.
So
no, not at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all fine. It's all reasonable.
Understood.
right.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Any questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask. Or if you need anything, let us know.
I just need a ride back to my car at the observatory.
Oh, shit, hop on in.
Here,
We'll
just take the car right here.
No,
it needs to go to the
I'll figure it
observatory
out.
anyway. This needs to go to...
The hardest part about playing director is I hate saying no because I know people want me to say yes. But if I say yes to everything, I'm not really role playing either, right? And I hope you guys understand that I still need to think about my mandate, and I've been told this very clearly, is to, like, you know, I've had these kind of conversations even from a outside perspective as to what the role is. I am that wall when it comes to these things, like in the sense that, like, you know, read the room, etc., but like I can't on one hand play the role and follow the legislation, but then other times not follow it because it might be fun for some folks for that scenario. I can give rope for some things, but this would be so haphazard, like I would have no leg to stand on for all the other actions I do. I'm very conflicted, and I'm just gonna speak, you know, just very candidly, so y'all kind of understand what's going through my mind. This position I find is like very difficult. I find myself often having to say no, even though I think people want to do some fun stuff, right? Which I think is what this summates to, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I mean, involving the Chief Justice and whatever. But how do I say yes to something like this while also knowing our mandate, you know?
I see it as somewhat of a bifurcated issue. There's the level of involvement in the investigation, and there's simple access to information.
Agreed.
I think access to information is not a bad thing in the role of a Chief Justice. That is something that we've done with justices prior, not specific justices, right? That they could be trusted. And obviously with the Chief Justice role existing now, that should be the Chief Justice, right? But I think active involvement in the investigation to the extent that they could be called as a witness in said investigation is probably
which is already we're going down that road.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like why I was getting truthfully a bit uncomfortable during the conversation previously, being asked should she get involved. And I'm sure there's a part, I'm just being truthful, right? And because I'm really bad at saying no. I want to make that very clear. I will sometimes dance around saying no because I don't want to be the mean guy. Believe it or not, you know me, I'm a real dick. But when I know someone really wants to get involved in something, I have a very hard time saying no because I know, I kind of feel what I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, it's probably pretty fun, but I'm not doing my job then, because I know that this is going to turn into, this has the opportunity to turn into a pretty big controversy, right? Like the example you just mentioned. It's like,
now, do I trust that if a conflict arose, I mean, to a certain degree, she may become a victim and she may become conflicted by no choice of her own. Do I believe Angel would handle such a conflict in the appropriate manner? Yes. I think she's got her head screwed on straight enough that if she were to become conflicted either by her own volition or not by choice, no matter what, she would handle that conflict the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Only because she's human, and I wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. She wouldn't be able to do it. And because for me, the conflict, it goes back to the, well, let's start with what we agree on. I think giving her full access to classified documents is like well outside the scope. Because you're effectively at that stage saying investigate with us, right? Which would be fine if she was law enforcement and would be fine if she was, say, a normal justice. But if we ourselves know that she's going to have to potentially rule on legislative matters and may ultimately take appeals for cases that may cross-section with the archivist, I feel like putting her in that position, knowing what we know, because she's only got 5% of the info, right? Would be I would feel like I'd be negligent. That's my contention. And it keeps drawing back to the moment where we met Mr. Green and we thought the slip of paper in the trash can with Brandon's name on it had to do with the faceless, but it was actually the archivist. And that tomorrow, whilst bringing Angel around on one of these like puzzle missions, we run across a faceless situation. And now, best of luck having to rule over Brandon Valentino or like, a good portion of the city.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then bring her in as an expert witness. Oh yeah, remember that time we brought you on the boat and the faceless showed up? It's just, I don't know. It's such a, I don't know. Oh, what do you see?
Nexus ENT. Yeah, it's Springfield. Or sorry, Sparks, is that of interest?
Entertainment?
Oh, Nexus is the racing thing.
22, it's unrelated. The Nexus ENT twat.
Oh.
Looks out of place, but Brian's saying it's not. It's something else.
No, it is. It's one of our active investigations.
But it's not archivist shit.
Oh.
All right, I'm skipping 12.
Nexus is the somewhat faceless-related racing organization. There should be a report with when we got a chip off of Nate Karama about 4 weeks ago. It's going to put us and her in a very tough position. Yeah. And I don't think that she should involve herself unless she wishes to endanger herself and conflict herself. And I know she was kind of like trying to convince me otherwise, but that's going to be a very tough sell for me. For me, too, there's already a bit of a communication gap. And already some struggles that I saw where it was like, regardless of, look, if she was a marshal, right? Everything's kosher. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Fuck it, merge us back into the DOJ. This is a joke.
No, I know. All right, let's talk beyond this. What was your general thoughts of that conversation? Yeah. Go for it.
Honestly, the biggest thing that stuck out to me and that I was concerned with was it seemed like, and this is going back to the conversation you just mentioned, there's an inherent almost lack of trust coming from Sparks towards other stakeholders in this. And I don't want to, I don't know which exact parties that is, but some of the parties that I feel like when they, like Angel, for example, when she's brought up, that should be and will be trusted, Sparks is suspect of, even maybe command members in the marshals, stuff like that. Almost to the point where there were things that she didn't want to say in the car, even with us right now. And maybe that was out of frustration. I don't think she's trying to keep secrets, but it's when you talk about communication, that's an issue, right? We need her to be able to just say what's on her mind and really. It was good that she followed through. I like that she brought up the IT guy thing and, was able to give us some examples of when she felt like, we were coming up short, because that shows that she's not just, complaining to complain. She's got real complaints to be had, and that's fine. We'll work on those. That's constructive, criticism. That's good. But I do feel like it's going to be hard to, I don't know, how do we, I guess we just have to kind of, we can't force somebody to change their mindset on certain individuals if they don't trust them, right?
We need a command owner of that case. Sorry, I want to keep going, and I want to hear from Blunt before I give my opinion.
Yeah. Beyond that, I feel like the general.
I like to give my opinion last because I don't want to influence their opinion in case they feel as though my opinion
she's on an island
needs to be placated, because
maybe not by herself, but
I never believe
enough hands on deck and
that I'm always right.
Command's lacking a little bit.
I know I'm going to be wrong. I need people to
but
challenge
I also
it.
think that it's kind of 50-50 because some of the requests that we just heard about, as you heard,
there are going to be some things I disagree with. But
there's things that Blunt and I, none of the marshals can do. Maybe not even yourself. You know what I mean? So. It's tough. How do you approach that? And besides just, and like she said, she didn't, she accepted the answer, but she didn't really seem to like it, right? But she was just going to accept it because you're the director, and that's the answer she needs to accept and operate on. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion. We should openly welcome that, because if we don't, we're going to get too tunnel visioned. It's, you and I both know how that works. It's good to have people who might dissent, an opinion and everything. And Sparks is good about being very respectful in that, but. Just operationally, how do we build that trust where she knows that, we have her back, but more importantly, if we tell her that someone is, a trusted stakeholder in some regard, then she can operate without having to second guess it. That concerns me a little bit.
Blunt?
I think the biggest struggle for her has been the communication with the other stakeholders. I think that meeting tomorrow will be very telling in terms of the direction that this goes forward. Obviously, she expressed disagreement with some of the things, but I do appreciate that with explanation and talking it through, while she might not be satisfied with the outcome of that, she is willing to proceed with the marching orders regardless. And that's a better attitude than I've seen from some other people who will openly bitch and complain. They'll do it, or maybe some which won't do it, and that some will do it, but they'll openly bitch and complain. And she doesn't seem to be demonstrating any of that. She'll express her frustrations potentially to us, but it doesn't seem to express outward from there, which is healthy. I think ultimately people need a place to vent, and we have to be those folks, right? Because if it's not to us, then it's to folks that we're going to get mad at them for talking about it too. So we have to be their ear for that. Just like sometimes you have to be the ear for us. All of that shit rolls upward. That's just management.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm a very, and I say this for myself and for you guys, I'm a very forward individual, but just because I'm being forward about something doesn't mean I don't want to be challenged. I may ultimately disagree or may sound like I'm disagreeing. That's only because I like to actively think out loud, if that makes sense. So don't feel like even as I'm saying something, you can't challenge it or I don't want to hear it. The only time that may not be the case is like if I'm actively annoyed about probably something completely unrelated. Just, you know, and I say that because I don't want y'all to just like parrot my thoughts, right? Like as I actually, you know, I think Sparks is doing really good, but I have a massive challenge understanding what the fuck is going on. At least at like an executive level, right? And I don't fault her for this. I think this is a very fucking convoluted case, as was previously. In fact, I tried to point this out earlier, is that it completely cooked the fuck out of others in the past, including me. It was, I found it an annoyance. I found it a just a for a variety of reasons, but the primary reason was that it takes up a lot of time. It would be no different than if Archivist was my main thing and Faceless was getting in the way. Does that make sense? What I mean by that? And so those that are involved in the Archivist almost need to exclusively work on it, so it seems. And the challenge in the past is it comes in massive waves. Like, think about the days that I want to create a relationship here, which is, think about how many people we have actively working on the Faceless. 80% of the marshals, we're almost full-time Faceless detectives. Realistically, right? We're writing these books, we're responding to calls. There's fucking days like where we're going 12 hours just dealing with the Faceless, right? And with the Archivist, similar attention seemingly is almost needed, but most of those that are interested in that depth are already subscribed to the Faceless stuff. You know what I mean? That's just a reality. So it becomes a question of how do we manage around that? And now, don't get me wrong, I think Riker is amazing, but even Riker and Sparks don't see eye to eye unless there's a daily crossover point. I think they're gonna have some trouble, right? Like a thing I noticed this morning, and I get it, you know, they're gonna have a meeting today, but Riker is not getting communicated with by the Archivist. The Archivist in many ways, and I don't want to take this more than, like, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, what I'm about to say, but there's almost like he is directing to whom he chooses, right? And in doing so, we are having to find a way to follow his lead. Whether it's Miller, whether it's Angel, whether it's Brandy, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? He's effectively picking the talent and saying, figure it out. But that is very hard to manage, right? Like,
yeah.
How would Riker have known to get involved had I not stood next to Angel today, right? That's kind of why. Oh wait, what the hell did she say about the live phone tap? I was coming to a conclusion that we just need that fine live phone tap, right? Do you remember what she said about it?
No.
I remember the oscillography wiretap, but I don't remember the phone tap. I think what she was referring to the wiretap was the 40177. I don't think it's a phone tap. It's like for data from the power and water stations.
Oh, yeah, I do know about that a little bit.
But why are we not live tapping his phone? So like even today as we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs, having to wait to get Angel to produce records from her, we would just get those records from his phone anyways. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like then we don't have to play this game of like, well, what is he telling Angel? What is he telling others? Like we should just have his fucking phone tap.
Yeah, that's fair.
And in the event he changes it, so be it. We fucking tap that shit again. I feel like we're kind of doing ourselves just from an outside perspective, right? And maybe I'm the crazy guy here, but to me, Angel's cooking one thing, Sparks is cooking something else, Riker's cooking another dish. Everyone's like cooking some shit. And I'm kind of sitting back and I'm like, this motherfucker just playing everyone right now. Why don't we just tap his damn phone? And it doesn't matter how aware you are of like, you know, the nuanced bits. You at least know who the contact points are, right? And if those contact points are brought into a room, you very quickly come to a salute. Like that's a communication solution right there. Mm-hmm. Like how do we know, just hypothetically, we only know that Angel is involved because she has done the right thing and spoken to us about it, right? And vice versa. Like she's called me, told us, like, but I also know Denzel is in comms with the archivist. How do we know that motherfucker ain't out there like doing some shit? I'm genuinely, right?
Yeah.
So we might be sitting here, we're thinking, well, Angel might have a piece and Sparks might have a piece of this pie. There might be a third and a fourth and a fifth. Am I overcooking here?
No, that makes sense. I mean, they're definitely reaching out to people. Let me see what this is. Let me say, let me ask this. Given I'm tied into faceless stuff and you're allergic, Luca, do you want to take this?
Yeah, I think this would probably be one for me to work on because I have no problems with it. It's usually in the time that I'm around as well. I was already working with Sparks in this kind of capacity. I told her, like, you know, if you need something from command, if you need a full marshal, you know, put me down or whatever, add me to the gold team, whatever you need. And she was kind of cruising along. And then, like I said, the other night we had that thing with the AI, the IT guy, you know. But besides that, it's been relatively okay. Although I feel like she's been going to Springfield more so because she was under the impression that was her direct command still. So
it is.
Yeah.
And I was going to bring this up with Springfield yesterday, but I was too cooked. Does she have time to look over this? Because I don't know how available Springfield's been as of late, right?
Not for this case, I don't think. If Luca wants to take it on, that's fine. Like I said, we swapped so that she could have McAllister, or sorry, yeah, that Springfield could have McAllister because they were lining up closer than Springfield and Sparks were lining up. And Sparks and I were lining up more often than me and McAllister were, so we swapped.
Okay.
Plus also the styles of like, McAllister needed a bit more stern Springfield style shit and Sparks needed a bit more
lax, yeah,
arm around the shoulder type management, which Springfield was not prepared to provide by her own admission. That's not like a sponsor. She's like, I don't know how to do this. Help.
She doesn't know how to do it. She fucking came to me. Springfield came to me with like, you know, like a whole, like, I think she's bottling something up. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, you know, I gotta, you know, she might have the hard exterior, but, you know, we gotta look out for each other is what I'm trying to say. Fuck, man. All right. Well, on the bright side, shift one is, man, my morning got eaten up by this shit. I swear to you guys, I was spam calling Riker, like, please take this. I don't want to I want to make this very clear. I'm sure this archivist stuff is really cool. I just don't have time for it. I genuinely don't. And I was like spam calling Riker. It turns out we couldn't call each other. and I'm like, the moment I found an opportunity, I'm like, hey guys, you want to go solve that puzzle? All right, later. I swear there was like an hour where I was just like looking for an out, but simultaneously like in this, you know, feeling guilty that I'm walking away, like I need to be there type shit, you know? Not that I care about this getting solved, right? You know. Anyways.
I get it. Couple other things, looking through apps. Tails, good to go. Bishop, good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can roll with those. I'm gonna give confirmation.
Yeah, I think Bishop's good to go. What was the first name? Sorry.
Tails, Samantha Morningstar.
Tails needs a bit more time.
Okay.
I tried to ask her. I told Tails she needs to be more active around the city before we hire her, and she kind of gave me this, you know, but I've been waiting for a while, and I was like, go do some ride-alongs, right?
Okay, so the challenge that we're having, Brian, is like we don't have a lot of time to just patrol, and we can't bring civilian ride-alongs on our classified investigations. So
I get that, and that's why
to do
those
ride-alongs is very little.
And that's why they got to go do what Juno's doing, like go like fucking do some shit around the city. You know what I mean? Look, I want to make it clear these aren't. This shit's coming like way from the top. So
oh yeah, I get you.
Like so I get people want like a shortcut, but like it doesn't work that way. And if we have even some of the best people who are like refusing to, you know, be a civilian for 2 weeks, I mean, listen, I don't know what to tell you. You could be a godsend, but like you ain't getting accepted into in assassin, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the conundrum, and I agree with it because look, we can't look. Listen, you understand the why, right? Like I don't want to deep dive that topic, but
are we also still good for Arcadia? If so,
I want to see her around, if I'm going to be honest, for similar reasons. Well, not exactly similar reasons.
I was going to say, she just...
I think we need to chat with her, right? I don't want to just approve it without a conversation.
You're going to be around tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah. She could be fantastic. Let me be a bit more transparent, actually. I think that the marshals are an exciting opportunity for a lot of folks. Oh, fuck. I need food.
Here.
And I want to make sure that we are not a side activity. Right? We need more full-time. And if we're not getting full-time, some folks may not be even kept around. This is nothing against them. It's that it becomes operationally illogical, right? Our stuff is so long-standing, you start to fit more like a patrol officer at that stage, right?
My understanding is that's what it will be. She's just miserable in the DOJ.
Wait, she's still a judge?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's have that conversation with her, right?
Okay.
Like,
you'll be around tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is also why we're doing the stat, like, you know, the yeah.
She's coming for a ride along, so we can chat with her. All right. I think that was it on my list. If we got anything else?
Oh, what? Yeah, I wanted to catch up real quick because I remember before I left last night, I mentioned to you that you and I need to speak with her about the original thing. And I know we're kind of past it or whatever, the whole comment about Angel and having to fight to the death or whatever it was. I'll you know, Brian asked me to have both of us talk. And then I know I had to go after we spent all that time trying to get into the actual like password and solve that equation and all that. what was the conversation like concerning that? I'm guessing you had it last night.
Yeah, essentially that when the director is looking to get particular information about something, that is not the time to be going off into theories that don't really make sense to the person listening to them, because all you're doing is confusing them. And if you want to have that space to do that, that's perfectly fine, and you can lean on us to do that and be your sounding board. But you have to read the moment and the time and the place, and that was not the time or the place or the audience to start going off on that, like, just kind of thinking out loud part of it. When Brian was trying to get specific information about the case, that was the thing to focus on, and you kind of got to lock in a little bit more on that, and she understood, I think. I mean, I think she gave it was still, I think, overly verbose, but I think she stayed on point for the most part in the discussion today. When you were trying to elicit that information, I think she did a better job of only delivering the information and not conjecture.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the archivist. I don't know what y'all talking. I'm so fucking like, you know, I'm hearing like fucking damn sound waves and like combinatorics and like radio sounds and like, listen, all I know, like, listen, I'm a simple man. All right. I've done complex shit, but like the thing is, all the science needs to be put on the side, and I just need some facts on the table. Like, to me, I still don't understand. This is the bit that I'm still locked on. All right, is so the archivist met with the faceless. They planning some devious shit, right? And we're playing puzzles in the fucking room where I've been given a kill order. So what's happening?
We have obviously,
which I don't know if it exists or not. I'm awaiting.
Yeah.
I'm awaiting like a response to that. And so, you know,
the archivists are at a significant informational advantage in this war, for lack of a better term, right? They have access to everything. We have access to nothing. We are the only way that we can get information out of them, unfortunately, at the moment, is on their terms. And so to even go down the route, like, essentially, if we don't go down the route of these puzzles and getting the information that we can from that, whether we can rely on it or not, it's crumbs to continue the investigation, where otherwise we ain't got shit. Like, what are we gonna do? Just read what we're doing on Twitter and maybe respond to it? Like, we have to get more information somehow. And this was the first opportunity that we were given by them, as they called it, to have a conversation to get more information. So that's the why, in short, is you know, we essentially have to have any progression in the investigation. Otherwise, we ain't got shit.
But as much as I want information, is the information more valuable than the risk of, like, am I cooked to be like, why are we bringing Angel to the kill room where the button might be? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we didn't, right? Like, they wanted us to, but we didn't.
But, sorry, I misspoke there. Are we being entertained into doing something crazy just to follow the puzzles, right?
Potentially, and we have to be aware.
Oh my
of
god!
That. And
I want to use a phrase. Sorry for interrupting you there. Follow. What was it? Follow the. Remember the shit that the Mr. Green said? Do the you get the noose.
Let me think for a second. I can't remember now.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
You know, follow the something, you get the noose. Like, you know, just like with the Mr. Green, and, you know, and there was a trap. Like, this, like, screams that We're following this puzzle just to do whatever the fuck the archivist needs.
You're talking about that had to do with the thing that happened down at the docks with Opal, wasn't it?
Yes,
wasn't that
with
what happened when they
Opal.
left that message?
Yes, and then we knew we were right when we did the thing with Mr. Green, right? So that's why
you and
like
Ruth went down to the docks and all that. Yeah.
Yes. And then afterwards, remember we followed the green helicopter and I made you get the bomb suit because I'm like, what if that's a trap? And it was a trap. Like, to me, this screams trap. Like, if you want my like full outside perspective, is this guy's dangling a bunch of puzzles in front of everyone in claims that we're going to get some information that we have yet to actually secure anything actionable, right? And I'm not saying any work that we've done so far is bad or whatever, but I'm just saying from an outside is like that it feels like we're getting like to me it feels like he already tried to get us to bring the Chief Justice to the one place we should never be necessarily bringing her, only based on what we know from a limited lens.
So the only part of that I challenge is that we haven't gotten any actionable intel, because had we not gone through the puzzle and got like, we wouldn't even have the link to the FIB from the archivist side. We now have them not only
that is true
in person, that's behind the secure door. That just brought the whole link together. That's all information we didn't have.
That is a very good point. You're right. You're right.
Like, as much as it sucks, and they might be traps, and we have to go into these knowing that they probably are traps. There's information to be learned along the way, and that's the only way to that's the only way to progress.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as we have the shit, I guess the sidestep back. And part of me as I look at it is like, I wonder if they're trying to attack Ego here, right? Because it did look like it was rage bait. That motherfucker was trying to rage bait us, right? And I want... Okay, I thought the light shut off.
Which is why I've been trying to kind of rage bait him back a little bit, you know? That's the role I've been playing.
Wait, what did you do?
I keep calling him a fucking pussy to his face. Every chance I get. And tell him to come out from behind the computer screen and show his face.
Fuck with that.
I want him in an unsecure area. And listen, if I get shot again, I won't be happy about it, but hopefully it'll be for the greater good.
Yeah, I think that's... So it's kind of like, to me, it's like, okay, what if he was trying to ego us to be like, hey, they fucked up. You come to us now. You can be the hero. But then all of a sudden it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Fuck. It's just, I wasn't anticipating, when it goes back to anticipating where that location was, I was just like, brother, what the fuck?
I think the other problem was that the circle of people that knew about that door was very, very, very small.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think I told Luca.
I think it was just, I'm pretty sure it was just, what, you, me, and Barrett knew that?
Are you talking about the FIB
Maybe
door
Gunner?
No, I knew about it because Craig Barrett told me if I ever found anybody behind that door to shoot them without asking
Okay,
any
you know,
questions.
okay, good. So that
Yeah,
means it's
Brian,
probably
I tried
not
to
a
tell you
meme.
this like the week you took over. I was like, Brian, I need to tell you something really important that Barrett said. And then Angel told us that it was like crazy bullshit and not to think that way. I was like, okay. She's like, I think
Wait, Angel said it was crazy.
Yeah, Angel said that she thinks that Barrett was just fucking with me when he said that.
Okay, but the thing is,
I think Angel's trying to cover it up. I think Angel's
Barrett
arm is
was
the goddamn.
very
I think Angel's an investor. We have to kill her.
What? No. Okay, now
you
you're
sound
doing
like
the Sparks thing.
No, I'm just fucking with you guys. No, I'm just...
Okay. No, I think Angel's arm, legitimately, the tech in her arm is the key to that goddamn door.
I don't think. Okay, I don't think it's the tech is a little okay. What about just her key card? You know, like the more like Occam's. What the fuck?
You think like the end of her pointer finger unfolds and a key comes out and she puts it in there and
Is it, you know, like he taps into like her bionic arm? Yeah.
Man,
And the
Brian, you and I
nanites
are gonna feel like a couple of assholes when we watch her walk up to that door and open
just
it
gonna
with that arm all
blast
day.
her.
And then makes her strangle herself and say Kyle Pred did it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, wait. Kyle Pred is the archivist. He's convincing us to put us in a position
Oh my god.
where we need to shoot Angel, and then they try to impeach us over it. But if we don't get impeached, but if we don't shoot her, then we get impeached for letting her in there. You know what I mean?
The one on the left is Nathaniel Grayson, and the one on the right is Kyle Pred.
All right. Holy fuck.
We just solved it, boys. Good work.
I have a theory to
Have we
counter
seen
with
Grayson
this, though.
recently?
No.
No, nobody's seen Grayson recently.
I have a theory to counter this, though. If it was Pred, at some point along the line, he would have used Carmine and or Bobby to help him, and they would have fucked this all up by now.
They're too busy being the fucking
Gobblers.
gobblers. It all lines up.
Oh my god. To me, Occam's razor points at they want to get Angel behind that door in order to do something. Now, Angel said, well, they can get me there anyways because I'm never protected. But that's making a lot of like, you know, that's making a lot of like, what? Man, this late at night, my vocabulary shrinks to like 10%. That's a very simplistic look at it, right? If she were brought there hostage, it also raises a bunch of questions, right? We also don't know if there's someone else that is necessary. Could be 2 keys as well. That's another thing I had been thinking. That's actually, so she asked a bunch of direct questions. Oh, I'm remembering. There's other things she mentioned too. So the dream, she said that she just described a dream she had that she woke up for where there wasn't any like, how did we go so long not realizing that it was a normal dream? Like, who initially spoke to her on this?
I defer when she described that shit. I like heard a brief mention of a dream in like passing conversation, but I had no idea what it was about until she described it earlier today.
Yeah, because
That
it
was the first I heard of it.
There's a whole thing relating it to Denzel stuff that, well, there's another thing she mentioned to me is she said we seceded from the United States. That was brought up.
I don't. She being serious?
That's part of it. I don't know which part she
I'm
is.
pretty sure she was trolling,
damn it.
Brian. Like, I'm 90% sure she was trolling in that. Because the way that the rest of that conversation went, well, the part that I do believe is that, actually, I should.
Okay, well, let me.
Not with phones in the car.
Fair.
Never mind.
All right, let's go ahead. Put our phones in the. Mine's blue.
At Amarillo Vista, you want to get out of the car here?
No. I just put the phone in the glove box.
Oh, it's not a Faraday cage. It's not.
A what?
Mine's the blue one, but on the far right.
All right, pull out the damn
think the glove
battery.
box
Just
is
pull
sick?
out the
Okay,
damn
all right.
battery.
Okay, all right, fine.
There you go.
The warehouse full of fucking sanguine equipment? Question mark. Where she pulled the APCs from in the beginning of the marshal.
Oh, well, see, that's the thing. I wasn't sure how much she was making up and how much she isn't. But the breaking away from the United States is entirely plausible. I think the reality is that she probably doesn't know as well. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck the governor did. Like, motherfucker might be actually the investor. Have we ever considered that? Listen, all I'm saying is, all right, that damn senator still owns the court center.
Wait, which senator? Do we know?
The fucking Nino Chavez. And that motherfucker apparently bought that shit from the governor and never paid for it. So you tell me what the fuck is going on.
I think we need to black bag him.
That's exactly it.
Do we even know where he is?
I don't
Is he
know.
here?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, he was in a court case a couple weeks ago. I saw him behind me. He was chatting to some guy in the pews behind the prosecution. It was one of the Pred. It was either Pred, Bobby, or Carmine. One of the fuckers. Brian, I think you were there too.
What? For what?
You were definitely at that case. I don't know. It was a court case.
Which case was it?
It was either Pred, Bobby, or Carmine. I'm pretty sure it was Pred because I think I was main counsel. I want to. Maybe it was the Pred. Yeah, I think it was the Pred ACR. Nino was there. I think you were there.
Wait,
too.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just realized something. Do you want to? If we really want to be shitlords with this whole like impeachment thing, we should go impeach Princess and anyone else that got a felony after they became. No. Sorry, random thought. All right. Disclaimer: at hour 13, Brian might say wild shit, but I will always give a disclaimer afterwards, so as not to confuse anyone. What is you know.
Yeah, because if you don't disclaimer, you're gonna wake up and there's gonna be a Marshall report that's got a detailed impeachment.
There's gonna be like
Princess
5 docket posts made by Shift 3. Like, it's like, yo, listen, man, Knight said that we gotta go and impeach all the ex-government employees that have felonies.
Any of them.
It's just gonna be filled. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Any other serious shits? Otherwise, about time to call it.
Okay. Yeah. Been chatting for a minute. There's a lot on our plate. I think. Where would you like to go? Observatory.
Observatory, Davis, wherever you want. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I think in the grand scheme of things, we have a lot on our plate, and that's kind of the heart of it all, right? Is the truth of the matter is we're not going to be able to capture everything. I think that's kind of, even with this like, we walked into a fucking faceless mission today, right? Don't even know what the fuck it's about. And I think we just need to be accepting that we're not always going to get it all, right? And
yeah,
it's important, and I think Sparks might need to hear this as well, is that it's okay for us to, we're going to carry the L a lot, and that's all right, right? And
yeah, sometimes we're forced to be reactive, and it feels bad. You can't be proactive all the time, but I mean, that's the way this job works, and no matter how much intel you have and everything, things are gonna slip through the cracks. They're gonna get away with some of it,
Yeah, and those things don't matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter, and we kind of have the
check up an Adam real quick. Sparks is in there. Place. Didn't we have reason to believe it's being like run by the Faceless or some shit? Or the
Really?
Faceless gave it to these people or something?
Yes. Well, we suspect it is. She'll be fine. Just get her no food.
Yeah.
Fine. We've had the benefit of working the Faceless stuff for a while, and the reality is we only, up until rather recently, have had a very poor success rate, and we've recently done a lot of damage to them, right? But even today, we might have not properly documented some books, but it is what it is. It's not like they ain't gonna do this shit again tomorrow. and we only need so many dots to make the correct action, right? So, I mean, shit, we lost McNulty. We didn't even look for McNulty today. I don't even know what we're gonna do with that.
We don't have any leads at all, do we?
No.
Shit.
Yeah, that's the... I mean, we do in that Habibi MC may have been involved.
Do you remember the day? It wasn't that long ago when we saw a tugboat. I was in a boat.
I'm your 42 Storm. You want to come meet me at Observatory real quick before I do?
And you...
Or you be around after Storm?
You said that you had
All right,
seen
yeah,
I think Mr. Blue on a tugboat.
Oh, it's not in order. What?
Does that... You remember that?
All right, bye. Sorry.
It's okay.
Something Mr. Blue.
Oh, I was saying to Brian. Brian, remember the day that you said you saw, I think, Mr. Blue on a tugboat that was like leaving the island, essentially, like pulling away from Polito or something?
The photo that's in the newspaper?
Oh, I haven't actually gotten to look at my copy yet. I just got it earlier. Let me see. No, I don't see it. It was. I was.
It would have been last week's.
Yeah, I remember it might have been. I remember being in Marine One.
Been too.
Who?
That name sounds familiar. Is it a DOA? Wait, is that the FIB agent?
Off the coast, near where Dear Ivanov crashed out or something. It's a faceless book. It's a mission brief to do with Peter Wallace.
Yeah, it's an FIB agent. Stand by for Brian if he...
I just got on radio. Wait, what?
Peter Wallace. They found a book
So
about Peter
Hopper
Wallace.
was just doing like a quick ocean dive out where Dear Ivanov threw out his car or whatever. He found a mission brief to do with Peter Wallace. It's a faceless book.
Is that from today?
I think it might be. I'm checking for fingerprints now.
Yeah, I talked to Martin, and one of the suspects, Dio, who was pictured with a weapon on scene, he was found over here at Voodoo Place after scuba diving, and he said he dumped his weapon in the ocean. So that's what I'm scanning for, and I found the book.
Oh my God.
Shit, Hobbler.
You sure you don't want to, take a peek at this first?
Detailed mission brief as
Let's
well.
go.
You're saying it like you don't want to. Come on.
I do. I also...
All right, we're coming down to Davis. Yeah, I'm running on fumes today. I was supposed to fucking...
Can you stop the car real quick?
Yeah.
We're on the way.
I'm marking for you. Hoblito.
All right, Brian, real quick. Do you remember the day I was on Marine One, and it was because you had us going up towards Polito? You said you saw, I believe you said you saw Mr. Blue on a tugboat that was like pulling away from Polito, like going away from the island.
Yeah.
That just crossed my mind because we're talking about McNulty, right? What if they took him somewhere? I mean, where was that tugboat going? We never found it. It never returned to the island. I ever saw it. Never went.
Oh, that shit went into the international waters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is what if they took him out off the island somewhere, or if they offshored him?
Yeah. I think that's entirely reasonable. The problem is, it's like he could be here, he could be offshore. I agree. And I believe that He could be, but the thing is, it wouldn't be actionable, right? Which is kind of why I don't know. I think you're right. Wait, this is Dr. Oh.
All right, I need to piss in this bottle back here. We've been in the car a hot minute, so
Yeah.
that way I can see this book.
I fear that McNulty's life is going to be a bargaining chip. We saved Ming so that they could get McNulty. You know what I mean? Like McNulty might be the replacement. And I already felt that Ming was a decision between save Ming or save someone close to New Babylon. An individual that has been kidnapped from close to the Babylonians and has been missing for 2 months.
Who wants it first?
Brian.
You sure? All right.
There you are.
Don't be old, don't be old, don't be old. Oh, is this the
it's
same
not
book?
old.
It had fingerprints?
It had no fingerprints.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. I'm assuming that the salt water washed them all away. I've already scanned it, so you know.
Okay, this ties to this is Spanish Avenue situation.
Right. That's where it's from. Springfield. You need to get this to Springfield.
Okay. I know nothing in relation to that situation because I haven't really been around the
Yeah,
last
she
week,
was
but,
primary on it.
If you look up Spanish Avenue, this will give you details on that.
Okay. It literally mentions executing the guys, so yeah.
Wait, isn't this what you just said about Mr. Green? The first sentence, Brian?
Yep.
When they follow the money, let them find a noose. 1.
And one of them was today. And notice how it's blank title. Guess what else was a blank title today?
The books on all the fucking people that nobody looked at.
Yep.
Wait,
I
what
said,
people?
oh, brother, you know this whole shit where we came on scene and then I'd interrogate this guy and dropped him off.
Yeah.
And it was like Dio and Brandon.
Yeah.
Like I said on radio 5 times over, please take a look at everything that they have, including loose pieces of paper. And no one did any of that.
I think
which is why there's going to be a mandate amongst the marshals that are working faceless that if you know that any, faceless are in custody, like a faceless thing, every marshal must check every 95. I don't give a fuck who the AO is, right? We just have to do it. Hey, do you mind if I, in a professional manner, because others realistically aren't going to know what to look for, right? To them, it's just a book, right? They might deal with one faceless thing every 2-3 weeks. Well, you know what I'm saying? So
Opal seized books off of Andre Tyson today.
Yeah.
He's getting a search warrant on them.
Yeah, we did.
And yes, and they were blank, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah.
Hello.
I haven't checked anything else in relation to today. All I know is Opal is trying to get a search warrant on Andre Tyson. I think Lucas Miller is trying to get one on Frederick White. I'm gonna make sure that Lucas Miller doesn't Lucas Miller it. But other than that, look, what I will say is Miller did. Once I kind of told him as to how to act, he did act within the scope. But it took a little bit of prompting because he was originally going to walk in there and say, "Hey, so we know all this, and this about you. I need this answer from you in order to line up with everything else." I said, "No, that's coercion. You can't do that." And he was like, "No, but like, why?" I was like, "Just say, do you want to talk or do you not want to talk? That's it. That's all you need to say." And he's like, "No, but like, I need to tell him the information." I'm like, "No, you don't. Don't tell him that Andre Tyson told us anything, please."
Oh no.
He was gonna go down in depth, and I was like, "No, please stop! I can't. No, no."
Yeah, no, but that's
Please.
good. I think I'm glad you stepped in and kind of coached there. I think that's huge.
Yeah. Miller's got a good head on his shoulders once you give him.
What a fucking day, huh, chat? Please, cat. Please, cat. Bro, my ass needs to go to bed, bro. I can catch up on some Z's because I missed these. I was supposed to wake up early and go to sleep properly, but instead, look at me. I'm over here. Do 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 do.
Antenna with like 7 microwave dishes on it, and they don't
Yeah.
pay utilities.
They don't pay utilities. I don't know how the fuck they don't, but they don't. Like, I don't know as to what else to say. I don't know how else to fix it, but yeah, they literally like they don't. I have no idea. The Echelon is such an odd building.
What's up?
And maybe you're gonna. Are you good?
Yeah.
Look, you might tell me I'm crazy or having one of those moments where I'm
Mhm.
missing critical information here, but the Echelon does not pay asset fees. It does not pay any sort of utility bills or anything. They have an 18-foot antenna stack with like 10 microwave dishes on it. They don't have any utility bills to pay?
Oh, I actually who the fuck's running around?
What?
Well, I'm just running around.
Okay, I was just here.
You are, right.
It's being a fun guy.
Yeah.
Wait, does the echelon itself actually have like an 18-foot antenna stack on it? I thought that was just Kiflom.
I spoke
No, the echelon
to Angel about it a bit. So we should try to. We're gonna do a mission this week. We're gonna get approval to decommission one of those antennas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Start doing the paperwork there, McAllister. If you get bored, just a request to find one of the 6 antennas that is the least likely to be owned by anyone in particular. And the argument is, given what happened at the Keflam building, first with Miguel and now with whoever, that the thing is identified as a thing used by the Faceless, and we're going to bring in construction, and we're going to fucking tear one of those motherfuckers down.
Good.
They took McNulty, we're taking one of their fucking towers.
Well, from what we just had this conversation about, I think the one that we could easily demonstrate isn't privately owned would be the one on the echelon itself, you know, Brian?
No, the Echelon is owned.
It is, okay.
Pablo,
Yeah.
what's up?
I think Rebel Radio is probably the easier one.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to tear that shit down.
I'm gonna have to call you back in a moment. I'm just doing. Alright, bye. Well, actually, is the echelon owned by anybody? That's what I was just debating here with Kovacic. I don't know if
It is. It's on the property app.
Okay, yes, it is, right? But I was debating this with him because, like, the person behind it, I think it's like one of Springfield's stolen identity sort of scenarios. Like, we can't find the person that owns the echelon anywhere, and I have tried. I don't know as to how.
You know how like the Green Gobbler does crazy shit? I think the
you think it's just
investor is
crazy, though?
backing the Faceless, owned by a super investment group. Like, I don't think that's a rabbit hole you want to go down.
No, fair. But I was gonna say,
I say we just
right?
tear their fucking antenna down, brother.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like we could tear the antenna down, then turn around and say, "Hey, but where's the owner of this property? You know, show us the owner of the fucking echelon."
Listen, look, I'm simplifying it. Rebel Radio.
Yeah.
Rebel Radio.
Rebel Radio.
Yeah,
Okay.
or
Wait, there's
or
one
the
called Rebel
Rockford
Radio?
Plaza.
Rockford fucking Plaza.
Actually, the Rockford Plaza one is the easiest because we got photographs.
Okay.
And we fucking tear that fucking antenna down.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. To tell you the truth here, Director, I also have to deal with the Carmela stuff with Carter and the current subpoenas and search warrants backlogs that we have, because there's a few with Valentino on. I'm gonna create a checklist for all of them today. After that, I'll be able to loop back through and get those satellites. Sound good?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
All right. All right, guys. I'm going to go get some rest. You have a good night, yeah? Good work today. Have a good night, Blunt.
Good night.
We're going to tear that shit down. Every day we don't have McNulty, we're going to tear down a satellite. Oh my God. Do 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 do. I kind of agree that my biggest concern when it comes to the Marshall stuff is that we have too much on our plate. And I feel like the archivist stuff today and also the docket stuff kind of like exemplifies that. And I think the toughest, that is kind of the toughest bit that we have to sort of like find resolution on, if that makes sense. There's a lot to do, but for most others, it's easy fun, right? And so you kind of have a bit of a dilemma as to how much you fully take on. Hold on. Let's go sell some of these. It's sort of a dilemma of how much do we take on, to what level, and what degree of seriousness. And this is not to say that the archivist isn't serious, but rather, hold on. Exit the location. Come on, don't fuck me, bro. I gotta take these moves. Fuck! Eliminate scabs, 25,000. I'm gonna end up burning $1 million. Fuck, how are these all eliminations? In factory? Bro, fuck me in the ass, man. Last one. Find and transfer, F1 grenades. Okay, and these, I don't know if I can get these in time. Where do you get F1 grenade? And flashbang. You can't make these. Can I make F1 grenades? Wait, so I can't make either of these. Hold on. I mean, I could get these, right? Hold on, let me check. Best place to farm F1 hand grenade Tarkov. Let's see if I can come across them. It's important, chat, and this is kind of the thing that I'm actively managing. If it ever doesn't make any sense in what, like, why is Brian not taking this as a particular threat or whatever, it's that I need to make, I'm actively also managing people's like burnout. Because I know some of you guys seemed a little confused there. Like, is Archivist actually a threat? 100%. Right? And we're going to give it as much attention as we can. However, I don't want to necessarily this is a long-term RP. You don't win long-term RP right away. You're going to have a lot of L's along the way, and that's something that you learn through things like the Faceless. There's a lot of missions we miss. There's a lot of evidence that we're going to ultimately be missing. And all those things are all right. And honestly, the most enjoyment, I think, for an investigator is like the hypothesizing. Like, take, for example, you know, this most latest activity, right? Like, at the end of the day, right? If anything was gone amiss today, what is this? 229. It's okay. It don't matter, bro. You get a next one tomorrow and the day after. Because in character, it may feel a bit defeating, but in the long-term storyline, it doesn't really matter much because it's not like anyone's going to end up pushing a button and everything's over. Right? Maybe eventually. Do 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 do. Can I be honest? Actually, I think one of the challenges, I'm thinking out loud here, and this kind of goes across multiple things. You know what I think Sassam's biggest challenge is that I'm learning as director? I think I landed on it. And I can't say this in character because it's hard to describe in character. And feel free to tell me I'm dumb. I think we're having a lot of trouble figuring out what the world lore accuracy is. Because we're being presented with a lot of, like, let's call them state threats. I'm thinking out loud here, right? And I'm kind of having to figure it out. Okay, let me give you some examples. I think not knowing the canon for a lot of state level things with many actors pressing issues that are state level is getting very confusing. Oh shit, what the fuck? The train is here already? And having a way to resolve that would be really good. Yeah, lore Bible. So let me give you some hypotheses, right? I'm gonna give you some examples. So is that a kill door or did Barrett make it up? Are we a part of the United States? Is there you get what I'm saying? I'm sort of just thinking out loud here. I'm like actively thinking about like how to better approach these RP scenarios. And I think the lack of those answers, including some of the requests we've gotten recently, like the fucking need a lore Bible. Yeah. There's sort of a ask, do, determine. We have entities sort of like putting us... I'm looking for... Where am I supposed to get grenades from, though? I don't think they show up here. I think I gotta go find somewhere. There should be a place on reserve that have a bunch of grenade cases. I don't think a lore Bible necessarily, but rather, there is a lot of free developed state. There is a high amount of stuff. Okay. Oh my God, I didn't know there was that many water filters here. In the last 2 months, there's been quite a large increase of, like, let's say, lore that's been created. But given the fact that a lot of that lore has been created by multiple different entities, there isn't actually a necessarily canon to it, right? And a consequence of there not being any canon to it, which would normally be fine, I think, poses a bit of a challenge. Because say, for example, I don't necessarily believe, hold on. Oops. Wrong button. Throw that over there. Throw that over there. Give me this shit. I think the challenge we're facing is, for example, in one mindset, in one case, an area or a situation may have value, where in another area it may not matter. But given the fact that the circumstances... Oh, wait, I did get an F1 grenade. Where did I get this from? Okay. We may actually be able to pull this off. And I think there might be grenade things in there. And if there are, I'm going to keep this quest. The only thing is, I don't want to farm up all this shit, bro. For 40k, it's almost not worth it. We'll do it anyways. Yeah, it's hard time keeping it straight, right? So, like, even for me as a character, I'm often sort of trying to figure out what the truth is without knowing what the truth is. But the thing is, like, let's say, you know, one person may be involved in one of the three situations, right? Like, imagine one person is working on one thing, someone's working on something else, and someone's working on something else. But there's, like, almost like a contradiction or uncertainties in some of the lore having an answer to some of those. I think I just killed I don't think I killed that dude, but I may have caused him to die. I don't want to go deep into some of those questions. I'm thinking out loud, madness. You're pushing the veil. I'm pushing my veil behind, right? I'm not going to speak to everything else because that answers... Fucking bitch ass motherfuckers can't even aim ass motherfuckers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yo, to be fair to all those missed shots right there, guys. All right. Let's be clear here. All right. Firstly, I can't aim to begin with. All right. Let's make that clear. But also, I have a sight on this. I'm gonna try to cross. Look, regardless of what is and what isn't, right? Like, it's kind of like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example, right? I sort of joke around about Nino being the senator, but when it comes to like, you know where, I'll tell you, for me, and I'm not saying there is a need for there to be a cannon or this, that, and the third. I'm just saying that I think... Oh my god, I got one tap. I think what I'm saying is sometimes I have Brian in a position where I need to make a decision, but I'm unsure how to make the decision because it depends which storyline I'm kind of placing at a higher level of priority in terms of accuracy of like lore, you know what I mean? Which doesn't mean... Which doesn't mean it's not unresolvable. I'm just kind of explaining why sometimes I get to get the in-character writer's block. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. That's why I get stuck, but I ultimately come to one. It's because I'm like actively sort of processing, you know. Yo, bro, I'm gonna re-roll this shit. Fucking YOLO, boys. I'm not taking this task. I think if we don't have the grenades now, we're not gonna get these grenades. I don't play enough. $500,000, let's go. Come on, baby. Fuck! Okay, one more. One more half mil. Come on, baby. That's the last one. And we got fucked. Pure boat 12 times. Do we do another run? No. Fuck it. We're not doing that weekly. We're going to skip that weekly. Yeah, I don't think the decision matters ultimately either, because at the end of the day, it still creates roleplay, right? But I do like to actively like think about it. So for example, the way that I'll do it personally is say, okay, first off, it depends what storyline it is, right? And then I'm like, okay, which one interconnects? What is likely to have less confliction? But that's kind of like, and to use this kind of as an example, that's kind of why Brian was saying, like, why don't we just open all these doors? They're technically civilian rooms. But that may ultimately lead to a bad outcome. But ultimately, that bad outcome is only in the moment. It's not like a long-term effect. You know what I mean? What do we got here? What do we got here? All right, I'm gonna try to stack a couple checkpoint quests. Easy. Let's bang these out. Do. Yo, I'm ready. I'm ready, brother. Send me in. One game and then your boy's going to bed. I'm fucking exhausted. I think I was being up late last night. Definitely put me on the extra cooked mode this evening. All right, let's do it.
You're good. You fucking asshole!
Bro, what the fuck shit aim did I just have? Fuck me in the ass. Turn around, bitch. Come on, boys. Let's get a dub here. This guy literally just walked in front of me. Hey, man, my teammate's fucking spraying. Let me run my fucking head right in front of it. I'm not helping make my team look good. All right, let's do this. Good shit, team. Good shit, team. Fucking bitch. Yeah, I really enjoy Arena. I don't know why. I think it's partly because this game is actually really good. But you know where the problem ends up? The problem is that the game runs like ass on single player. Or not single player, on like the main game. Oh my god. Oh, I did dome one of them. Okay. And so if this game ran this smooth on like the main game, I think significantly more people would play it. But it doesn't, and I don't really know why. Then again, maybe I'm playing on like lower settings on this. I genuinely don't know. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Yo, right up to first place. Let's go, dude. We just need a little bit of warm up. He's gonna peek this, watch. Oh. Yeah, man. I'm watching the back. Bruh. Bruh. I have no idea where that shot came from. Oh! Let's go, dude. I'd be mad too. I'd be mad too. I'd be fucking raging right now. Oh, I'm out of bullets. They're lucky. They are fucking lucky.
Fuck, changing mag! Is this your warfare? You should try better.
Oh my god, we went from getting shit on to absolutely destroying. Let's fucking go, bro. They're not on my team. It's fine. Oh, the other guy got us.
I need to reload.
Their entire team is rage quitting. That guy's probably like, we were winning by so much, dude, and then... Alright, okay. Maybe we got enough time for one more, and then bedtime. They broke a long time ago. They broke what the match XP is. Oh my god, wait, stay on the objective. Fuck, I have to kill 9 while standing on the objective. Okay, I'll do that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. All right, let's do this. Oh, I have to capture. Oh, I didn't capture shit. What the fuck? Okay, we'll get these 2 in. I'm actually surprised. I'm going to be honest. I'm actually surprised how much these daily and weekly quests almost require you to play like a fuckload of the game in order to benefit from them. But then again, I think it feels that way because I've been playing this so much less. I'm gonna bang them all out on this one. Get fucked, kid. Fuck. Oh, what the? Oh, they're pushing right into spawn. Okay, that's fine. I should have just fought him straight up. I want to get those like 9 kills nice and fast. Shit. Just push it. He's going to be low on C. What? Okay, we only need 3 more. And then just caps. Maybe you just go for caps and get 1 kill. No way. Wait, those don't count. You literally have to like be on the spot. What the fuck? That's weird. Okay, no wonder it's so like, I don't want to say hard, but harder. Yo, who is this pussy on my team? Motherfucker heard someone coming and he hid completely. What is this? Should have burst there. Or do I need one more? One more for cops. I got this. Come on, man. Oh my God, I thought we were winning. Easy. Ooh, hold A, hold A. Yo, come on, team. Stop fucking throwing, bro. Ain't no way. We had a good lead. Bro, there's 3 guys on site, right? 3 guys are sitting there on the site. Instead of capturing it, they're sitting there for kills. Oh my god. Nice throws, bros. Nice fucking throws, boys. I don't think we're gonna win this. We might, actually. It's gonna be fucking close, though. Walk in, you... Guys, let's stop being pussies. We need these cap points. Game's too close. Caps over kills. That's how you fucking do it. Hold the spots! Hold the spots! Hold the spots!
You are welcome for...
All right, chat, I love you. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Peace, peace.